based on average speed, average velocity and basic questions on straight line motion. Now here I am going to take a first question as a particle moves along a circular path of radius small r. If it starts from point A and move anti-clockwise, find the displacement traveled by the particle as it moves from A to B, A to C, A to D and in a complete one revolution. Also find the magnitude of displacement in each cases. Now student, in this question, a particle moves in a circular path. So we have a circular path of radius small r. And particle start moving from the point A. Now I am assume here the point B, here the point C and here the point D. Okay. Now if I am making like this. Now radius is given as small r. Now student, in the first case, move from A to B, we have to find the distance traveled. So from A to B, when the particle moves from A to B, distance traveled is as we know that for a one complete revolution, the distance covered by a particle is 2 pi r. So from A to B, it only complete 1/4 of the complete revolution. So the distance traveled is 1/4 into 2 pi r. That is 1/2 pi r. So here we find the distance traveled by a particle from A to B. Now displacement magnitude also we have to find. So for the displacement from A to B, that is mod A to B, this is under root OA square plus OB square. Okay, now OA square and OB square is what? That is the radius. R square plus R square, that is 2R square. So under root will be under root 2R. So the displacement covered from A to B is under root 2R and the distance 1/2 pi r. Okay. Now second case, from A to C. When particle moves from A to C, now it covers the half length. Okay. Now in this condition, distance traveled is equal to 1/2 into 2 pi r. 2 is cancelled out. The result is pi r. And the displacement that is mod AC. This is equal to, here the value is r and here the value is r. So total displacement will be 2r. Okay. Now for the third case, from A to D. A to D, that means the particle cover 3/4 part of the total distance covered. So here the distance is 3/4 of 2 pi r, that is equal to 3/2 pi r. So distance traveled is 3/2 pi r and again the displacement, that is mod AD and that displacement is under root r square plus under root r square, that is equal to under root 2r. So displacement covered is under root 2r. Right. Now in the fourth case, for the complete one revolution, the distance traveled is 2 pi r and the displacement become 0 because the particle reaches to its initial position again. So for the case, for one complete revolution, the distance is 2 pi r because one revolution is complete and displacement become 0 because the particle reaches to its original position or at same position. So this is the solution for the given 4 cases. Now student, question number 2. In this question, we have to find the average speed and average velocity when the car is moving along a x-axis in a straight line motion. The question says a car is moving along x-axis. It moves from O to P in a 18 second and return back from P to Q in a 6 second. What are the average speed and average velocity of a car going from O to P and going from O to P and return back to Q? So we have to find 2 cases here. So I am taking the case 1 from O to P. So when a car moving from O to P, it takes 18 seconds. So if we find the average speed, we can use the formula total distance upon total time. Now put the values here. The total distance 0 to 360 it covers, that is 360 upon 18, or we can say 20 meter per second. Similarly, if we want to find average velocity, so here total displacement covered by a car upon total time taken. So again we put the values. Total displacement, final position 360 and initial is 0. So total become 360 upon 18. Again our answer is 20 meter per second. So student, look here. When the car is moving along a straight line path and it reaches to a same point, the value of its average speed and average velocity will be same. Now in the case 2, from P to Q, from O to P and return back to Q. Now in this condition, if we find the average speed, so average speed we have to find, that is total distance covered upon total time taken. So how much distance it cover? Now initially car moving from O to P, that is 360. Now back to P to Q, again 120. So this is 360 plus 120 upon time taken 18 plus 6. Right? Now 360 plus 180, 300 plus 1, 400, 460, 480 upon 24. Now it will be 20 meter per second. Now if we find the average velocity, now in this case, average velocity, for the average velocity case, now the car is last position is at the point Q. So we take the distance that is from 0 to Q, that is 240. Okay, so displacement upon time, that is equal to 240 upon 18 plus 6, that is 10 meter per second. So here the answer comes, the average speed 20 meter per second and average velocity only 10 meter per second. Now student, question number 3. A body travels from A to B at 40 meter per second and from B to A at 60 meter per second. Calculate the average speed and average velocity. A very easy question. Here in the diagram, there are 2 points A and B and body moving from A to B with a speed of 40 meter per second and again back from B to A with the speed of 60 meter per second. Now student, to find the average speed, here we look, the distance traveled by the body is same. So when the distance traveled by the body is same and we have the values of velocity or speed here, so easily we can find the average speed. So here when the distance traveled by body is same, then we have to find out average speed as, we use the formula V average is equal to 2V1 V2 upon V1 plus V2. I discussed this formula in my earlier videos. Now put the values here. 240 into 60 upon 40 plus 60, right? This is equal to 240 into 60 upon 100. Zeros are cancelled out. Now answer is 48 meter per second. So average speed will be 48 meter per second. Now when body move from A to B and back to at the initial point A, the average velocity becomes 0 because the displacement traveled by an object by an body is 0. Now for average velocity, it becomes 0. Why? Because displacement is 0. Okay students, now this is our answer for the case of average velocity and average speed. Now student, question number 4. A body traveling in a straight line traversed one half of the total distance with velocity v0 and remaining part of the distance was covered with the velocity v1 for half of the time and with the velocity v2 for the other half of the time, right? Find the mean velocity averaged over the whole time of motion. What this question says, if I am saying a body is traveled from this position to this position and the total distance we let as x. Now the half of the distance, that is x by 2, if I am saying this distance is covered with the velocity of v0 and time taken as t1. Okay, now the next half distance, that is x by 2, it covered with the two velocities, that is v1 in a half time, here the time is t by 2, and v2 in the next half time, that is t by 2, right? Or we can say t2 by 2 and t2 by 2. So students, easily by the help of this diagram we understand what the question says. Now solve this question. Let the total distance be x. Okay. Now distance covered by first, or we can say time taken by a body to cover first half distance. Now time taken, if the let time be t1. Okay, now we have to find t1 is equal to x by 2 half distance in a with the velocity v0. So here we get t1 equal to x upon 2v0. Right student? Now this is the equation number 1. Again, time taken, let the time taken by a body to cover next half distance is t2. Okay, now in the next half distance, that is x by 2, there is two different speed for the half time, that is x by 2 is equal to v1 into t2 by 2 plus v2 into t2 by 2. What it means, the first half distance, that is total distance is with two velocities v1 into time become half t2 by 2 plus v2 t2 by 2. Now solve this equation, we get v1 plus v2 into t2 upon 2, that is x by 2, x2 is cancelled out. So final result, the value of t2, if I am going to write, t2 is equal to x upon v1 plus v2. So this is our equation number 2 for the time t2. Now student, total time, if we find total time, that is t1 plus t2, the total time t1 plus t2, the t1 value is x upon 2v0 and t2 value is x upon v1 plus v2. Put the values here. I am going to rub it. X upon 2v naught plus x upon v1 plus v2. Now take LCM. 2v naught, v1 plus v2 is LCM. So here we get v1 plus v2 plus 2v. Now this is a total time. Okay. Now we have to find the average speed. So V average is written as total distance covered upon total time. Upon total time. Right? So total distance covered upon total time, we can write as total distance is x and total time is x 2v naught plus v1 plus v2 upon 2v naught v1 plus v2. Okay, x is cancelled out. Now the final result is, so final result is V average is equal to 2v naught v1 plus v2 upon 2v naught plus v1 plus v2. So this is our final result, the average speed of the given body. Now student, question number 5. A displacement x of a particle varies with time t as x equal to 4t square minus 15t plus 25. Find the position, velocity and acceleration of the particle at the time t equal to 0. When will be the velocity of the particle become 0? That means at what time the velocity of the particle becomes 0, we have to find out here. Also, can we call the motion as one of with the uniform motion? Now here we have to find the three things. So given equation is x is equal to 4t square minus 15t plus 25. So this equation is a equation of motion with time and position. So if we put t equal to 0 in this equation number 1, in equation 1 we get the position. So when we put t equal to 0, we get 25 meter. So position of the particle at t equal to 0 is 25 meter. Now for velocity. Now for the velocity we have to differentiate this equation. It means we know that velocity is equal to dx upon dt. So we have to differentiate the given time equation. 4t square minus 15t plus 25, and after differentiation, t square differentiation is 2t, 2 4s are 8, 8t minus 15. Now at t is equal to 0, this is the equation of velocity. At t equal to 0, we become, put the value of t 0 here, minus 15 meter per second. So we get the value of v at t equal to 0 as minus 15 meter per second. Now for acceleration, again we have to differentiate the velocity equation. As we know that a is equal to dv upon dt, so we can differentiate the velocity equation 8t minus 15 with respect to time. So here we get 8. So acceleration is 8 meter per second square. So this is the value of position, velocity and time for at the time t, velocity and acceleration at the time t equal to 0. Now second question says, when will the velocity of the particle 0? For velocity of particle we put 8t minus 15 is equal to 0. So question says when the velocity of particle is 0, it means we have to find the time when the velocity of particle becomes 0. So we put the velocity equation as 0. So here we get 8t equal to 15, or t is equal to 15 upon 8, or 1.7 seconds. So time is near about 1.7 seconds. Okay, so this is the second question when the velocity becomes 0. At that time 1.7 or 15 by 8 seconds, the velocity becomes 0. Now student, third says, can we call the motion is uniform motion? Uniform accelerated motion? Yes, because acceleration is not depend upon time. When we differentiate this velocity equation, we get directly 8. Okay, so acceleration is not depend upon the time. So the motion is uniform accelerated motion. Here, acceleration does not depend upon time. So motion is uniform accelerated motion. So this is a proper solution for the question number 5. Hope students you understand all the problem based on average speed and average velocity, as well as how we can find the velocity, acceleration and differentiate the equation if the equations are given. If you my explanation is nice and you understand easily all the problems, please like and share my videos, as well as subscribe my channel Physics Clinic. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.